welcome back to the channel. Hey guys, today we are going to Russia, the largest country in the world. Usually some people jokingly call it Goofy Russia. Also, everyone knows it as the isolated country hit with over 24,000 international sanctions. But do people really eat raw meat and have to do the deed just to fight the cold and survive at minus 71 degrees Celsius? Or is it only when you come here and witness it with your own eyes that you see a completely different truth? So, is real life in Russia actually peaceful, harsh, or just plain weird? Well, right now, let's go explore that together in today's video. Overview and real life in Russia. You guys probably already know, Russia is the country with the largest area in the world, spanning over 17 million square kilometers. It is so wide that if you stand in the far west, then at that moment in the far east, the sun might have already risen long ago. Russian territory stretches across 11 time zones, from Europe all the way to Asia, going through taiga, steppes, mountains, ice, and snow, and even lands that are pretty much uninhabited. Just moving around inside Russia sometimes feels like a cross-continent trip, you know? Despite the huge size, with over 190 different ethnic groups, Russia's population is only about 145 million people, which means there are areas as big as other countries, but are almost empty. This creates a very special Russia. The big cities are crowded and bustling, while just going out a few hundred kilometers, and you can meet wild nature so silent it gives you the creeps. Moscow alone, with over 13 million people, is the political and economic center, featuring clean streets, modern infrastructure, and orderly traffic. Before going sightseeing, you should relax in a wooden steam room called a banya with extremely high temperatures. Then, use a birch broom soaked in cold water to whip hard on your body, creating an alternating hot and cold sensation, both to massage and help blood circulation. Some people even rush straight from the steam room out into the snow or an ice lake to get that extreme rush. Even more surreal is that on January 19th every year, Russians often submerge themselves in freezing ice lakes with the belief that their souls will be cleansed and they will have resilient health all year round. Meanwhile, before that, they had to use axes, saws, or ice drills to open up a hole big enough in weather as cold as minus 20 degrees Celsius. In another twist, a group of 4 beautiful Russian girls recklessly wore bikinis to jump in and bathe in the freezing water in the Vladivostok region when the temperature dropped below 0 degrees Celsius. You already know perfectly well how beautiful, alluring, and sexy Russian girls are, right? Do you think ice bathing is part of the reason why Russians are always young, possessing white and smooth skin? As for me in winter, even taking a steaming hot bath makes me feel cold, let alone daring to take a cold bath. While many Westerners think that Russian villagers live poor, backward lives, and even use outdoor toilets through interviews, we hear a completely different answer. They think that life in the village is fulfilling in its own way. An income of about 50,000 rubles, equivalent to over $700 per month, is considered okay enough for spending and enough for daily living. The elderly have pensions, young people have jobs, no one is too rich, and no one is considered poor. The locals emphasize that they do not need to compare themselves with the US or Europe. Fresh air, self-grown food, clean agriculture, no pressure from debt or expensive living costs. For them, just bread, clean water, and peace are enough. It is from that foundation that the support for President Putin is explained, not because of poverty or being forced, but because of a sense of stability and order. They view Russia as a strong, sovereign nation regaining its control and position. In the rural suburbs of Russia, wooden houses are a characteristic feature, you guys. Look at the architecture. It looks pretty unique, right? Many homes are built from round logs stacked horizontally, and the natural pine scent helps keep the heat in really well during the deep, cold winter. Stepping inside, it has all the modern amenities. There is a second floor connected by a wooden staircase that is totally tone-on-tone. Basically, from the beds to the cabinets, everything is made from the same wood with matching patterns. And of course, in a place this cold, a sauna is a must-have. Moving on, we come across a super huge school in Russia. The campus is massive, bordered by roads on all 4 sides. Unlike in the US, where Elementary, middle, and high school are separated into 3 different schools. Here they are, all combined into one. No wonder it is so incredibly huge. The facilities are fully loaded, including a playground, soccer field, ice skating, rink, hockey, rink, and a swimming pool. In winter, students must have 2 pairs of shoes, one for walking outside and one for use in the classroom. Guests entering the school even have to wear shoe covers to keep things sanitary. In the wide hallway there is even a coat hanging area. The kids just take them off and put them up on the hooks. They even arranged waiting chairs along the walls for parents to sit and rest. Even the auditorium looks totally fancy, serving as both an event space and a shelter during emergencies. Contrary to a lot of circulating info, gas stations in Russia still operate normally. There are no scenes of fuel shortages or long lines. Inside the gas station area, there is always a convenience store, a fast food area, coffee machines, and clean restrooms fully serving travelers. You even get a receipt when pumping gas. According to longtime employees here, gas shortages almost never happen. If they do, it is just a local shortage for a short time due to warehouse transfers. Might happen once or twice a year and gets fixed quickly. The entrance is here and the exit is here. Cars enter one way and exit another. It is true that Russia has a lot of land. Everything is super wide. And do you know what that sign on the deck's road is? It means a gas pump is coming up. In reality, using gas for cars in Russia is very common, especially for taxis and buses. Gas prices are much cheaper than gasoline, only about 28 to 29 rubles per liter, which is less than $0.4. And since we are in Russia, how can we miss the adult-themed restaurant with all kinds of costumes? Right, guys? The servers inside all play roles like police officers, doctors, patients, and housewives. Suddenly, sometimes they rush out to scare the guests. You just pick up your glass of water and a doctor rushes over to check your health. Turn around and a police officer is tapping on the table to check your papers. You cannot even eat in peace. It is like being grabbed to be a background character in a show they set up. And the food is undeniably weird, with beef tartare brought out on a dirt shovel or salad stuck with a whole syringe. Then, if you want sauce, you pump it out of the needle and the food is shoved into a bucket. And the chicken is hung dangling like a prisoner waiting to be hanged. But that is not all. If you are eating happily, you can still be dragged up, even led straight out to the street, to jump dance and scream to ear-splitting music. Okay, cut it. Next, we will continue our journey to the flea market of the elderly, where they sell all kinds of stuff without any logic at all. Flea market selling all sorts of stuff in Russia. Have you guys ever been to a flea market? Russia has flea markets too, you know. They will load stuff into the trunks of cars, arrive, then lay it down on the ground, maybe cushioned with a cloth or leather lining or something. For instance, this stall is selling belts, then knives, then spoons. Here they display all kinds of old stuff from the Soviet era and World War II, like hammers, axes, wrenches, adjustable wrenches, enamel cups, mechanical watches, antique TVs, bicycle saddles that are decades old, ancient money medals, military gear, copper bells, and many other antiques. Among them, amber appears quite a lot in the form of bracelets and raw pieces, then even clothes. Shoes do not need to be hung on hooks or put on shelves, but are just laid out like this. Whoever wants to buy just stops by. Actually, it is just like you going shopping for secondhand stuff. But this is a more limited edition version. No, they set aside a whole area just to sell clothes and school bags. Underneath is pretty dirty soil, so anyone picking them up to try needs to be careful. Moving to this stall, they are selling electronic components. Watches are also scattered everywhere. Next to them are a few dolls and a couple of pairs of leather shoes. Anyone who wants to read books should stop by this shop. It is drizzling, but the books are still lying there. They do not cover them or clear anything away. Just looking at it makes me afraid they will get wet. The sellers also do not need to stack them in neat piles, but just leave them messy like that. The special thing is that this market only meets on Saturday and Sunday. People from surrounding villages gather here. Whoever has something sells it. And mostly they are retired grandpas and grandmas, like this man. He is probably over 80 already. They do not place too much importance on whether they sell or not. Mainly it is going to the market for fun, chatting with everyone, This stall even sells bicycle saddles and wheels. Oh my god, it is like they have absolutely everything. Those saddles look old, probably just bought for collecting antiques, then even down to cages and screws. Wow, maybe just buy another frame and it is enough to assemble a whole vehicle, right? Or anyone who needs rakes, shovels, scissors, hats, travel bags has to stop in here. There are those round things with two ends over there. Does anyone know what they are for? Let me know in the comments section. Okay, even antique trumpets of this size are sold here too. And check this out, it is really cool. A big cowhide with two colors showing two different cattle breeds. Next to that is the area selling chicken and rabbit breeds placed in large cages. Because of that, the vehicle they use is not a small car, like the other stalls, but has to be a truck to fit everything. And this here is honey-packed in solid boxes like this, instead of individual bottles. Anyone who loves gardening definitely cannot miss this area with all kinds of apple, pear plum, cherry blueberry, grape climbing, rose, and ornamental pine trees. Prices start from just a few dollars per tree. This is a seedless pomegranate tree, guys, and every tree has an illustration right above it. The roots are wrapped around in black plastic bags. The tables and chairs look pretty unique too, looking like a truly ancient style, right guys? Also at that spot, they sell antique axes with thick wooden handles and a curved shape that feels solid in the hand. This is a traditional working tool often seen at Russian markets. The market still has stalls built up high. The stalls are all built in the same style with domes, onions, garlic, and ginger are over here, while fresh flowers are over here. It is unbelievable how they can work so hard to set up their goods every single day. But do not forget this is a flea market, so it is only for 2 days. And among all the areas, this one has the most proper shops. At the end of the day, they probably just pack up and close the doors instead of loading everything onto a truck to take home. And if just now you witnessed sexy girls bathing in the ice lake, then now I invite our whole group to freeze together as we step into the coldest city in Russia coming up next. Life in the coldest city in Russia. Our whole group is moving to Yakutsk. The city located on permafrost in the Russian Far East is home to over 300,000 people, although winter often drops below minus 50 degrees Celsius. And once recorded minus 71 degrees Celsius. So if you happen to turn on your phone and see the temperature showing minus 48 degrees Celsius, you should understand it is just too normal, actually even warmer than many other days to survive in those harsh conditions. People developed 3 main types of housing. The most common and oldest is the 2-story wooden house, not steel, because steel is heavily affected by cold temperatures and easily cracks due to freezing in extreme weather. Each building has only a few small apartments. The special thing is that it is designed with 2 doors at the entrance to keep the heat in, just like you wearing 2 puffer jackets. Each door is also accompanied by so much heat retention material too. Stepping inside, you see many units have degraded due to thawing ground, causing the house to sink crack walls and peeling paint. Near the entrance, there is usually a row of mailboxes and a small bench, so people can sit and chat. The second type of house is Soviet-era apartments built with large concrete raised on high pillars, so as not to melt the permafrost. And around it is protected by a mesh grid, so no bad guys can get in to chop or break things. Currently, there are over 250 buildings of this type with thousands of households. The rental cost is about 45,000 rubles, equivalent to $600 per month. You will take the stairs up, and the amenities are fully sufficient too. And here is the mailbox looking a bit more presentable than the first house type. You might wonder why this house has a dark brown color different from the rest. Then the answer is the owner reinforced it with an extra layer of insulation on the outside for more warmth. And if someone asks what the most modern house type in this frozen city is, then just say straight up, it is these new apartment complexes 9 to 16 stories high. They integrate schools, kindergartens, shops, and heated parking, so you do not need to leave the house and can still do everything. A 40 square meter apartment sells for about 6 million rubles, equivalent to $80,000. Inside, everything is modern. You get what you pay for. But if it were you, which type of house would you choose to live in? As for bathing and marital life, it is quite a long story. Living in a place where it can get down to -71 degrees Celsius, bathing and washing clothes can take the whole day because heating water takes forever and getting it is hard. They will spend weekends doing laundry in a wooden bathhouse. This is the only way for personal hygiene because some villages do not have a domestic water source. But first, they have to heat up the wooden house so the water reaches the right temperature. The bathroom is warmed up using a wood-burning stove. The temperature inside the steam room can go up to over 70 degrees Celsius or higher. Outside, it is -10s of degrees, but inside, it is the complete opposite. You would think this is paradise right here. But it takes up to 5 hours just to start the heating system. This method also uses up a lot of wood and firewood. That is why locals here only bathe once or twice a week, because it is super time-consuming. After the bathhouse heats up, people will go get snow from outside, ensuring the amount of water melting is enough for bathing and washing. When the men in the house are done preparing the hot water, the women of the family, including wives and daughters, are ready to do the laundry. As for marital life, it happens normally because there are heaters inside the house. It is not like they have to do the deed just to keep warm and survive the cold or anything. And no matter which house you live in, the first thing before going out is you have to wear many layers of specialized clothing, like 2-layer leggings with knee pads and socks made from camel wool. Add a few more layers of coats, then hats, gloves, and fur boots are mandatory, because regular shoes can freeze solid after just a few minutes. Looking outside, you can totally understand why people should only stay outdoors for about 15 to 20 minutes. That is why the city built heated bus stops for people to wait before getting on the bus. Looking around, there is nowhere that is not frozen. I have to admit, cars here are truly resilient, and for them to start up properly, locals often buy this whole warm cover for them because the done temperature is too low. People here also do not drive unless absolutely necessary, and no matter what car it is, at this freezing temperature, if you dare to turn off the engine for more than 5 minutes, the gas in the car will partially freeze. If they have to drive, almost all car owners equip themselves with a liquefied gas tank. The obvious purpose is to increase the temperature and start the car when it has been turned off, just like how water pipes placed outdoors need to be wrapped in insulation. If they burst, you are in for big trouble immediately. In just a short while, you will also see that any hair or eyelashes not covered up will turn totally white. Because of the snow, eyelashes and eyebrows decide to freeze together, so people only stay outdoors for a maximum of 20 minutes to ensure their health. Yakutsk has also been a fur trading hub for hundreds of years. A place where fur coats are not just a symbol of luxury, but also a survival necessity. Every single coat is super thick. And if you are wondering if it is that cold, does any market dare to open? Well, the answer is yes. It still operates for 10 to 12 hours every day, where locals sell naturally frozen fish just caught from rivers and lakes, along with reindeer meat, horse meat, duck, and even bear meat too. You look at this pure white rabbit frozen solid, stacked right there with the fish, then walking into the meat section, you would think you are buying logs because every piece is rock hard. Anyone who says they do not like frozen food had better hop on a plane and get out of here immediately. Selling freezer systems here would surely make you go broke, basically calling this the coldest market in the world. Who would dare to argue? And of course, vendors at the market also have to use mini heaters to keep their gloves, cash, and cash registers warm, because just leaving them out in the cold air for a few hours and they are toast immediately. Moreover, only items that can be frozen are displayed outside, while the rest still have to be kept inside heated shops. Especially vegetables are incredibly scarce and expensive due to being transported from far away, while meat is cheap and becomes a vital energy source to fight the cold. That is the food in Yakutsk City. But as for what dishes they sell in other parts of Russia, let's find out together in the final segment. Unique and strange Russian cuisine. The first dish we have to mention is kopalkin. The way to make it is to take reindeer or seal meat and bury it for half a year under the permafrost to ferment. During this time, the reindeer starts to decompose, leading to the formation of microorganisms that change the meat's composition and release toxins. This is a delicious delicacy, but also the most dangerous dish of northern Russian cuisine. If outsiders eat it, they will get food poisoning and could die. The reason locals can eat it is because their bodies have adapted. Meanwhile, kukta is a raw protein specialty featuring gadfly larvae that parasitize reindeer skin. Sometimes herders pick them out and eat them raw. Right then and there, that is just hardcore. And let me tip you off on something. Do not waste effort looking for street food in Russia like in other countries. Because Russia is so cold, people mostly just go into restaurants or markets to eat. This sliced meat here is bison meat, you guys. It is packed into rounds like a sausage roll and has been dried. The meat is dark red with firm fibers and almost no fat eating. It feels a bit chewy, bold in flavor, and the more you chew, sweeter it gets. And once you have come to Russia, you absolutely cannot miss the cheese stalls with all different shapes and colors. From soft, fresh white cheese, pressed block cheese, to yellow-brown smoked string cheese bundled up in bunches that catch the eye. Interspersed between the cheese trays are boxes of golden honey bags of roasted nuts and other homemade dairy products. The seller is elderly, but her skin looks just so beautiful. Right, guys? Just looking at President Putin. Compared to other leaders of the same age, you can see the difference immediately. Even the sausages here look strange too, quite big and golden, curled up and tied with string. Overhead are some smoked lamb legs. Of course, they do not force you to buy the whole thing, but will slice it out depending on how much you want to buy. If eating those dishes makes you thirsty, then you should try Mors, a non-carbonated berry juice popular all over Russia, or kvass, a fermented drink made from black bread and sugar tasting slightly sour. Equally impressive is the bowl of borscht soup, with its characteristic red color, cooked from beets, carrots, and tomatoes, which can have meat or be vegetarian, usually eaten with sour cream, garlic, and bread, spread with lard. We have been chilling enough, let's wrap things up. With kiviak, a specialty of the Eskimo people, they make it by taking a seal, stuffing inside about 100 birds with feathers and guts still intact, then burying it in the ground to ferment for 6 to 18 straight months. On the day, they open it. Just smelling it is enough to make you run for your life. But the locals stay totally cool sitting there plucking feathers and eating it right on the spot. See, have you guys found Russia weird enough yet? What impressed you the most about this country? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below to share with everyone, okay? Thank you guys for watching the content up to this very moment. And now, goodbye, and see you guys again in the next interesting videos. Bye-bye.